I want to share something very dear to my heart, and that's something I've begun to think of as the family scam. And what this is that parents have their children, they invest a lot in their own way, and then they expect a lot back, like pay me back. And that whole concept is deeply, deeply corrupt. You could be paid back by taking, like, if I were the parent, take care of me when I'm older, or pay me back by upholding family reputation, or pay me back by going to the right school and being in the right profession so I can brag about you to my friends, and those sorts of things. The fact is, kids don't owe you anything, okay? Full stop, non-negotiable. Now here, and a lot of different cultures are threaded through this. Yeah, but if there's no obligation from children to parents, our whole society will fall apart. And that's just not true. It really isn't true. Because most people are very loving and do love their parents and want to give to them. So I want to talk to you about the difference between duty and obligation. Obligation is this heavy thing. Obligation is, I must do this thing that I don't want to do, which of course is a complete lie because you're already free. You don't have to do anything. You're free to make your choices and choose the consequences that you think you can predict. And that's it. Of course, there are always unintended consequences, etc. Duty is like, for instance, with parenting, for me, my daughter didn't start sleeping through the night till she was 3.5 years old. Most kids start sleeping through the night when they're 2 months old. So I had a duty, not an obligation. It was a sacrifice to my sleep, and I was very tired for many years, but it didn't feel heavy most of the time. Sometimes it did, it slid into obligation, but most of the time it was the honor of taking care of this beautiful little person. And my parenting is much more collaborative. So, okay, what rules work for you? What's happening here? What's the right school for you? According to what criteria? And it's not that she has the maturity all the time to be able to assess that in a full and complete way. Of course, I contribute to that. But there's a deep respect of her own internal wisdom, of her choices, and being able to meet her as she matures and grows. So when we return back to the issue of the family scam and the issue of obligation, when I say kids don't owe you anything, I really mean that with all my heart. And there is a sense that, oh, but I'll just run amok, or society will run amok. And if parents have been controlling or cruel or distant or smothering or any otherwise inappropriate manner with their children in a really chronic way, then of course they're pumping toxins into that relationship with their child. And what are you going to get back? What do you expect? There's a very, very common adage, you reap what you sow. If you plant apples, you plant an apple tree, you're going to get an apple tree. You plant an orange tree, you're going to get an orange tree. Don't expect to reap fruit when all you've planted was weeds.